the latest break-in, the latest in a series of break-ins in the same neighborhood where an American Idol music supervisor and her husband were found murdered just days ago.
In Los Angeles' wealthiest enclaves, something terrifying is unfolding as criminals who once crossed deserts in silence now slip over gated walls with military-grade precision, turning multi-million-dollar mansions from Beverly Hills to Calabasas into battlegrounds under the protection of sanctuary city laws. These aren't petty thieves, but organized crews some trained abroad who jam security systems, kill Wi-Fi, silence alarms, and gut entire estates in under 10 minutes before disappearing into the hills while LAPD patrols struggle to mobilize. A trend investigators call cartel-style eviction, fueled by South American theft rings using local sanctuary policies as camouflage while renting Airbnbs near targets, staking out delivery routes, and casing neighborhoods police cannot question for immigration status, prompting warnings that America's fortress cities are cracking from within, even as federal agents uncover evidence linking cloned digital keys, identical getaway SUVs, foreign resale pipelines, and burglary blueprints matching tactics seen in Chile, Peru, and Argentina, all connected to multinational networks moving stolen goods, cash, IDs, and electronics through downtown LA warehouses, while LAPD commanders quietly admit depleted patrol coverage and restraints on ICE. Cooperation have created an invisible shield around dangerous crews who use fake Amazon vans and maintenance trucks to deploy spotters, cut fiber lines, and coordinate entries with battlefield-style discipline. Across Encino, Tarzana, and Studio City, investigators traced burner phones, shell import companies, and crypto-funded operations stretching from LA to Miami to Mexico City and Bogota, revealing reverse trafficking routes that send stolen American wealth south while chaos moves north, including trucks disguised as produce shipments carrying jewelry, art, and electronics tied to burglary networks run by foreign fugitives who overstayed tourist visas and disappeared into sanctuary zones where they recruited migrants, trained them to scout and disable cameras, and uploaded live feeds to encrypted group chats, culminating in investigators finding hours of test-run surveillance footage showing mansions in Bel Air and Malibu filmed from parked cars as Spanish and Portuguese voices issued orders over what choreographing gate code collection and guard rotation tracking. Indie thriller sweeping Los Angeles' wealthiest enclaves, the murder of a high-profile TV executive, and her husband becomes the catalyst for a chilling discovery as reporter Kaylin's Jasmine V interviews terrified homeowners, while federal analysts compare surveillance clips to those used by elite South American burglary crews, confirming the same signature tactics: mirror-matched break-in timings, identical escape windows, and overlapping target lists echoing the operational DNA of the fictional Chilean and Venezuelan cells that ravaged Florida in 2023. And as California's controversial bail reforms in the story world allow apprehended suspects to walk free within hours, federal agents warn that repeat offenders treat holding cells like pit stops, returning to work the same night, all while LAPD insiders quietly admit that detectives in this narrative are restricted from notifying federal partners, creating the loophole, fueling the blaze. Now, in secret, the Department of Justice drafts emergency measures to reclassify the organized burglaries as a transnational threat, enabling joint action between ICE, and the FBI, though insiders fear it's already too late as networks multiply, trade tactics, and spread word through encrypted channels that Los Angeles is open for business, fueling a fictional national security panic as 300 luxury homes fall in under 2 months, 10 gated communities are compromised, and more than $120 million in assets vanish without a single arrest, while residents recount hearing airsoft like pops, screams, and doors slamming before lights die, phones go silent, alarms mute, and masked crews move with military synchronization. Calm, fast, efficient, and terrifyingly trained, the Department of Homeland Security in the story classifies the wave as a tier transnational threat, the same level once reserved for fentanyl, pipelines, and federal surveillance and joint task force authority. Yet state policies still block cooperation, leaving ICE and D analysts to conclude behind closed doors that the burglary epidemic mirrors cartel logistics, front businesses, ghost vehicles, cryptocurrency, laundering, encrypted overseas coordinators, and compartmentalized cells whose every strike funds the next, until satellite data uncovers stolen vehicles tracked to freight yards near the port of Long Beach, where cargo labeled as salvaged electronics is found stuffed with $500,000 in stolen designer goods, passports, and jewelry, exposing an industrial fencing pipeline to foreign markets that escalates when cyber forensics teams recover looted laptops and phones containing digital keys. bank credentials, medical records, even classified defense contract logins evidence that burglary has morphed into profitable espionage. In a closed congressional briefing, officials compare the fictional crisis to a silent occupation exploiting laws meant for protection, while identical patterns emerge in Washington, Miami-Dade, and Chicago, proving the replication model works as frightened Los Angeles communities hire armed private security, form drone-equipped night patrols, and literally sleep in shifts. Then comes the final revelation: intercepted communications, hinting at a coordinated mass looting operation across multiple California cities timed with future political protests. A plot designed to overwhelm law enforcement, empty retail corridors, and vanish before federal reinforcements deploy. A scenario that analysts warn could freeze West Coast commerce and ignite nationwide panic. Yet federal action lags as every operation requires state approval, and in this fictional world, California's legal shield slows warrants to a crawl, pushing Washington to the brink. In the escalating thriller unfolding across Los Angeles, delays in state-level authorization allow suspects to vanish into the city's sprawl, while ICE and D-Field teams plead for emergency executive power to classify the crews as full transnational cartel entities. That would unlock joint force engagement rules without risking cases being dismissed on jurisdictional technicalities, as the system meant to shield citizens appears instead to shield infiltrators. LAPD veterans confess morale is collapsing, describing nights when they watch stolen cars speed away, but are barred by policy from pursuit. One detective whispering, off record, "We've lost control. The criminals know the rules better than we do." While fear spreads faster than the raids themselves, as residents insist calling police is pointless. Insurance payouts are vanishing, and the justice system has become a revolving door. All while federal analysts warn of a copycat explosion as encrypted videos of precision. Break-ins teach smaller gangs in other states exactly how to replicate the method. Then one dawn, the story spikes as DHS Blackhawks sweep over the San Fernando Valley and ICE tactical convoys surge through Los Angeles, uncovering a warehouse disguised as a shipping company filled with stolen passports, luxury watches, encrypted laptops, and more than $50 million in American assets labeled as used electronics, all prepared for overseas shipment. And behind the crates, investigators find command terminals streaming live camera feeds from neighborhoods across the city, proof someone has been watching hundreds of families in real time, obliterating the illusion of safety while the money trail leads beyond state lines to shell corporations in Panama, then offshore exchanges in Macau and Dubai, before looping back through fraudulent import companies in the Inland Empire, laundering more than $180 million in under a year, until digital forensics linked the burglary network to cartel money handlers under de-investigation, revealing that stolen goods are collateral for fentanyl shipments moving north in a perfect closed loop of economic warfare. The threat accelerates beyond Washington's ability to react until the FBI and DI brief the White House and officials authorize Operation Iron Shield, a full-spectrum crackdown deploying federal intelligence assets, Coast Guard interdictions, and ICE tactical raids across Los Angeles County, where more than 200 agents seize vehicles, crypto wallets, and forged documents even as suspects evaporate behind them. Phones wipe clean, servers die, and digital footprints dissolve within minutes thanks to an AI-driven encryption system allegedly capable of remote data deletion once a raid begins. Technology believed to originate overseas, signaling that America's adversaries are testing infiltration methods designed to bypass every local defense, from narcotics pipelines to cyber intrusions to coordinated burglary cells, proving they no longer need armies when policies, ports, and legal loopholes do the work for them. Homeland Security analysts warn that unless sanctuary gaps are closed, criminal ecosystems will regenerate endlessly, each new network rising with the same blueprints, financing routes, and encrypted playbook. And evidence spreads across the country as identical burglary signatures appear in Phoenix, Houston, Miami, and Chicago, each reporting the same jammers, cloned key fobs, and dawn-vanishing convoys, turning the epidemic national and prompting officials to argue that only full federal coordination, treating organized burglary like terrorism with real-time surveillance authority, immediate deportation power for foreign offenders, and political will can stop the spread. But the question remains whether America will act in time as Los Angeles stands as a warning. Its wealthiest neighborhoods penetrated, not by missiles or drones but by criminals who weaponized the very laws meant to protect them, leaving gates that once kept danger out now keeping help from getting in, and for millions watching the drama unfold. One thought echoes louder than sirens rising across California. It can happen there. It can happen anywhere, so if you believe America's security begins at home, like and subscribe, because this investigation is far from over and the next chapter could unfold in your own backyard.